It always opens up. I want to be there. So it always opens up. Okay.
Thank you. Someone said you in the chat.
Right. Right. I asked them whether they can hear me. I want to double check with Mr. Huat.
I am here.
Hello,
Bhante.
Mr. Huat. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
Bhante, I can hear you just
Yes.
fine.
Thank you.
Thank you for making me host. Have a lovely evening, Bhante.
Thank you so much, Mr. Huat.
What do you call them? I've got to do a lot of garbage here. Joe Burrow, he's going to be a bummer. Dante Culpepper is a Joe Burrow. Carrie Ferguson might be. Lily Chapona might be. There's a lot of people here who are. Josh, Zoom user. But they can't do anything is the best part. No one can even chat. That's really good. This is really good. One guy's already left. Josh has already left. There's a whole bunch of people leaving because they can't do their dirty work. I like it. So we're just gonna have a nice evening. One already left. It's like bye-bye.
Yes, let's close.
Two of them left. No good results.
Right. Let's see. Okay. Everyone, please say it 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good evening to everyone. And first of all, let me appreciate everyone's participation. It is a rainy day, windy day, on a winter time, but still all of you were diligent to come and join for the meditation session. So, so I see on behalf of all the noble Dhamma practitioners, So I would like to appreciate your effort, right? Today too, before we start, I sincerely wish that may today's session also give you inner peace and inner happiness, and may you develop in this noble practice at least one step further. With those thoughts, we are going to begin. So, dear Dhamma friends, we have begun to practice loving kindness meditation, and we already started the first step of loving kindness meditation. We have started to share our loving kindness from group to group. We start first. So I asked you to share your loving kindness with yourself, and then with your parents, then with your relatives, then with your teachers, and then with your relatives, and then with your friends. And then after that, I ask you to share your loving kindness
Neutral
with
people.
the people in the middle. People in the middle means the people, those who are neutral, the people who, or those who are not your friends. At the same time, the people, those who are not your enemies, right? The people in the middle. And then after that, I requested you to share your loving kindness with your enemies, right? And then after the enemies, I asked you to share your loving kindness with all the beings in the world. So that is the most powerful emotion that you generate here. Sharing loving kindness with all the beings, right? Whenever you practice, make sure that you have the feeling. So
4 people are left.
don't
So that's 5
make
altogether.
it mere verbalization. So instead, don't make it mere verbalization. Instead, so make priority to the emotion of loving kindness. So when you say, may you be well, may I be well, or may you be well, at that time, may be free from anger and hatred. So at that time, so sincerely please develop that emotion, right? Please try to sincerely develop that emotion inside. So uh, I requested you to memorize the whole part. I don't know whether you memorize it or not, right? Today too, I will help you, but after that, please try to memorize it. And so during the upcoming weeks, you are going to do it all by yourself, right? Okay, so please do like that. Right. Then we have to understand loving kindness is a universal emotion. So it is acknowledged, it is accepted by all kinds of religions and philosophies. So not only in Buddhist teaching, so in all the other kinds of teachings too, they appreciate practice of loving kindness. For an example, in Christianity, so in Bible and in Torah both, we have this quote. So love thy neighbor just as you do it to yourself, right? So that's in from Bible and Torah. Torah means the Jewish Jewish canon. And at the same time in Quran it says waja al bainakum miwaddatan warahmatan inna fi dhalik laital likavum yatafakkaru. That means, so in Al Quran, Surah, I don't remember the Surah, the part. So in that one, it says, so the God, right? The Allah So Allah has created mercy and love inside human beings. It is their duty to go back to those emotions, right? So that's from Quran. And then in Ved, this is in Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad, right? So in Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad it says, so this is famous. So you might have heard this. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve bhavantu niramaya. Have you heard of this? So students from India, right? Okay, it's famous. Sarve bhavantu sukhina means may all beings be well. Sarve bhavantu niramaya means may all beings be free from dangers, right? Difficulties. So in Jain Pitaka it says parasparo paggaho jivana. That means parasparo paggaho jivana means sharing compassion and loving kindness with beings. So in Jain Pitaka, this is in Tattvartha Sutra, right? So it says that it is the duty of human beings, right? And then in Torah it says olam cheset yihani. It's from Torah. It says its meaning is the world is depending on the loving kindness, right? So like this, so loving kindness is appreciated by, so like loving kindness is appreciated by all kinds of religions and all kinds of philosophies. So why shouldn't we develop it? Now, when you develop it, so some of you might feel it little bit difficult. So certain people will be able to develop it faster, but still there are certain people who face difficulties in developing the genuine feeling of loving kindness. So now I'm going to I am going to explain the 3 methods that you have to follow to develop loving kindness inside, right? So especially for those people. Number 1 is visualization. So you have to, it is better if you can visualize. So if you want, you can write this down too. So you have to visualize. For an example, so let's say you are going to share your loving kindness with your parents. At that time, so if you feel difficult, if you are feeling difficulty in developing that emotion, so in mind, visualize your parents smiling towards you lovingly and kindly. When you see it like that, what will happen is inside you will develop loving kindness. You will start feeling loving kindness. Then starting from that point, so please keep on sharing that feeling, that emotion with beings from group to group. Visualization is the first one, right? So second one is reflection. Certain people sometimes may find it difficult to generate loving kindness just by visualization. At such times, you have to develop loving kindness by reflection. What is reflection? Reflection means, think about something nice the person that you are sharing loving kindness with did in the past, right? So let's say you are going to share your loving kindness with your friends. At that time, so if you feel, let's suppose you feel it, you face difficulty in developing this emotion. So sharing this emotion, loving kindness with your friends, because you remember certain friends who were fake friends, who were not actually your friends. So those friends, so they called you that they are your friends, but because of something they stabbed at your back. Now, when you remember this, you feel hard to share your loving kindness with your friends. At that time, try to reflect on another. So try to think about another friend, right, who did something nice for you. When you think about that, what will happen is you will generate the feeling of loving kindness, right? Very nice. So reflection is number 2. Number 3, auditory. Auditory method. So it is what we are doing right now. So you have you have to recite, right? Recite. So these lines of loving kindness. So lines of loving kindness with while you are sharing loving kindness with auditory method. So think about so each group verbally. So please share your loving kindness, but at that time too, you have to be mindful you have to be mindful to check whether you are generating the pure feeling or not. Check yourself, right? Yeah. So that's what you have to do. And while you are practicing loving kindness, so there are certain things so that you have to be patient. Number 1 is so the pain of the physical body, right? So if the pain is very difficult at that time, so it is okay for you to change your posture, right? So that's fine. You can change your posture. And sometimes, so there'll be difficult emotions so that you have to encounter, right? For an example, sometimes you will encounter anger. Sometimes you will encounter jealousy, right? Sometimes you will encounter ill will, right? Such kind of feelings. So you have to be patient with them and then over them. So you have to you have to let them go. You have to remove them. So growing thoughts of loving kindness, emotion of loving kindness over them. Right? So you have to bear with. So the difficult emotions like anger, hatred, ill will, jealousy, like that. And if your mind is wandering at that time, you can use breathing meditation as a tool to calm down for a while, right? So if the mind is wandering, so if you cannot constantly practice so loving kindness meditation, then for a short time, so please use breathing meditation to stay focused. So that's important. And the other thing is, the most important thing, you have to bring your loving kindness meditation out of your cushion, right? What does it mean? What does it mean, Mr. Tim?
Sure.
You have to practically use loving kindness in your day-to-day life. That's very important. So you have to start with your family, right? So there are several couples here. So so there are many singles too. Somehow you have to start this practice from home, right? That's very important. So among your family members, so you have to start sharing loving kindness. Then, so whenever you meet your friends, so you don't have to close your eyes, but by mind. So start sharing your loving kindness. Please think. So meet this friend. So your friend might have so your friend has a name. So think, may this friend be well, be happy, be peaceful. So you don't have to go through the whole long line. So at least develop that emotion and share it with the people that you meet in your life, right? So anybody, sometimes it may be a stranger that you meet on the road, right? Share that pure emotion with them. Okay? So you have to take it out of the cushion. That's also important. I remember, so uh, so there was one meditator. So both of them join time to time. So now they are not regularly coming. So I don't know whether that meant I did see that couple. So so that's why I share. So yeah, so this meditator, so he worked for a big company, and so he held him so lower. So there are certain I mean levels, right? Even among managers there are levels. So he was a junior manager and there was a senior manager to him. I don't know how that structure goes. Somehow there was a senior manager. So uh, so both of them didn't like each other. Both of them hated each other. And so to take revenge, they did according to what he told me. So both of them did certain stuff to each other. Then at that time, I told him to share loving kindness with that manager. So who is harassing him? He said he will share loving kindness with anybody else, but he won't share loving kindness with this person. But gradually, I told him, you know, you cannot. So when you add fire to the fire, so fire will develop. But when you throw cold water to fire, it will subside, right? So what you have to do is throwing cold water to the fire, right? So please share loving kindness with them. Then at that time, so he somehow, maybe because so he respected me, or somehow he took my word and started doing this. So every week we met, and every time I asked whether you did it. Gradually, he could let go of his hatred towards that strong hate that he had towards this senior manager. And finally, you know what happened? So the senior manager later on realized that this junior manager has changed. The person who hated a lot, this person has changed. So he went to this junior manager and apologized. And then, so junior manager also apologized to the senior manager. And finally, they became best friends. Everything changed because of the sharing of loving kindness. So there are such kind of stories, but this is not the time to share everything, right? So you have to take it out of the cushion, and you have to start sharing your loving kindness with your family members. Then gradually so practically you have to share it with all the people that you meet in your day-to-day life, right? So that's what you have to do. And then so like that, meanwhile, keep on maintaining the daily practice. Morning, whatever it happens, please determine, I will sit and meditate. I'm going to do this for me, right? And then in the evening too, please sit and practice ardently. You're doing this for you, right? First, it is going to help you. And then gradually, it is going to help everyone that you will meet in your life. So please work very ardently, right? This is a very powerful meditation technique. Now we are going to start today's silent meditation session 2. So with a strong determination, so please sit, make your posture. Please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm and let your whole body to relax. First, as usual, I'm going to pay a sincere respect and gratitude towards the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, and then with a very small chanting. And after that, we are going to start today's meditation. Everyone, please calm down. And relaxed. Please relax. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho viññācarane sampanno sungato lokavido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sangdittiko akaliko ehi pasiko opanaiko paccatang vedittabbo viññohiti. Sopanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici panipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani Atta purisa puggala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Nakineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyakhetang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a mind full of loving kindness. Everyone, please start your meditation. First, please pay your entire attention towards yourself. And if there is anything wrong that you have done in the past, that you that is triggering you and bothering you, so for that past mistake, please forgive yourself first. Now we have totally changed, or you are going to change from this day. Strongly determined that you are not going to do that wrong action again. So forgive yourself for your past actions. Let your whole mind to be free from any remorse. Now, everyone calmly, please start sharing your sincere loving kindness with yourself first. Yourself first. Please think and share your loving kindness. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. Now, let that let that emotion, loving kindness, to sink in. And now, please start sharing your loving kindness with the long sentences. May I be free from anger and hatred. May I be free from ill will and jealousy. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. May I take care of myself well. May I be full of love, compassion, good health, safety, and peace. May I live with comfort and ease. May I attain real peace, Nibbana. Once again, towards yourself, please think. May I be free from anger and hatred. May I be free from ill will and jealousy. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. May I take care of myself well. May I be full of love, compassion, good health, safety, and peace. May I live with comfort and ease. May I attain real peace, Nibbana. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, please pay your entire attention towards your parents, your dear mother, your dear father. Please think about both of them. And please share your loving kindness with both of them too. Please think with genuine loving kindness, spreading genuine loving kindness. Please think, may my parents be free from anger and hatred. May my parents be free from ill will and jealousy. May my parents be free from mental suffering. May my parents be free from physical suffering. May my parents take care of themselves well. May they be full of love, compassion, good health, safety, and peace. May they live with comfort and ease. May they attain real peace, Nibbana. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards your parents. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your teachers. Please spread it in the same way. Make sure that you share genuine loving kindness with them. Please think, may my teachers be free from anger and hatred. May my teachers be free from ill will and jealousy. May they be free from mental suffering. May they be free from physical suffering. May they take care of themselves well. May they be full of love, compassion, good health, safety, and peace. May they live with comfort and ease. May they attain real peace, Nibbana. Please spread your loving kindness towards your teachers. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your relatives, your grandma, grandpa, uncles, aunties, so cousins, nephews, nieces, etc. All the relatives. Please think, may my relatives be free from anger and hatred. May my relatives be free from ill will and jealousy. May my relatives be free from mental suffering. May my relatives be free from physical suffering. May my relatives take care of themselves well. May my relatives be full of love, compassion, good health, safety, and peace. May they live with comfort and ease. May they attain real peace, Nibbana. Nibbana. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your friends. Please share your genuine loving kindness with them, thinking, may my friends be free from anger and hatred. May my friends be free from ill will and jealousy. May my friends be free from mental suffering. May my friends be free from physical suffering. May my friends take care of themselves well. May my friends be full of love, compassion, good health, safety, and peace. May they live with comfort and ease. May they attain real peace, Nibbana. Please spread your sincere loving kindness with your friends. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards the people in the middle. The people who are not your friends, at the same time, who are not your enemies. May all the neutral people be free from anger and hatred. May all the neutral people be free from ill will and jealousy. May all the neutral people be free from mental suffering. May all the neutral people be free from physical suffering. May all the neutral people be full of love, compassion, good health, safety, and peace. May they live with comfort and ease. May they attain real peace, Nibbana. Please pray. your sincere loving kindness towards the neutral people. Neutral people. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your enemies. First of all, if you have any grudge towards your enemies, so please let those grudges go. Keeping a grudge inside yourself, so it is just like keeping a burning charcoal on your hand. Until the burning charcoal is on your hand, you are the one who is bound to burn. Just like that. When we have grudges inside, then you are the one who is bound to suffer. So let your whole grudges go. Understand that people have negativities. Because of those negativities, we do mistakes. So calmly, please spread your sincere loving kindness towards your enemies after forgiving them. Please think, may my enemies be free from anger and hatred, ill will and jealousy. May my enemies be free from mental suffering, physical suffering. May my enemies take care of themselves well. May my enemies also be full of love, compassion, good health, safety, and peace. May they live with comfort and ease. May they attain real peace, Nibbana. Nibbana. Please spread your loving kindness towards your enemies. Now, finally, let's spread our loving kindness with all the beings in the world. All the beings means human beings, animals, birds, reptiles, visible beings, invisible beings, all of them. So think about all the beings in the whole universe and spread your sincere loving kindness towards all, towards all. May all beings be free from anger and hatred. May all beings be free from ill will and jealousy. May all beings be free from mental suffering. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May all beings take care of themselves well. May all beings be full of love, compassion, good health, safety, and peace. May all beings live with comfort and ease. May all beings attain real peace, Nibbana. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. All the beings in the world. Bhavattu sampe mangalam rakhantu sampe divatam samme buddhanubhavi sabbe dhammanubhavi sabbe sanghanubhavi Sada Sutti Bhavang Tutti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now everyone, please calmly open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from bottom to top, top to bottom, the whole body. Now everyone, please join your palms together and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope you could so feel this great emotion of loving kindness. So it is not easy to generate the genuine one, right? So you have to work hard. So you have to calm down completely inside, and at the same time, you should let your whole body to relax, right? Every cell, every muscle, everything just relax, right? So then, when you are spreading your loving kindness, so so you have to share it without expecting anything in return, right? So that's how you generate the real loving kindness. When you develop this very deep, I mean deeper, such kind of meditator develop kind of loving kindness that a mother generates towards her only child, right? So Mrs. Shainas can understand, because so the only child, right? Just like a mother, just like a father. Mr. Adil, I didn't exclude you. So just like a mother or a father, so how much love a mother or a father share so with his or her only child. So the meditator of loving kindness will feel that much loving kindness towards all the beings, regardless of their differences. So therefore, always please check whether you develop the genuine feeling of loving kindness inside, right? So if you feel to generate, if you feel difficulty in generating it at that time mentally, please think about, please visualize about an abandoned dog or a cat on the street. So it has a lot of injuries on its back, and it's so fur has fallen, and its body is stinking. So by mind, see yourself reach into that innocent suffering animal. So you nurture, I mean first you console, imagine yourself consoling that poor animal, right? Helpless animal. So you let it know, don't worry, starting from today I will take care of you, don't worry, right? So like that. So by mind, please visualize. Then by mind, please visualize you take it home, right? Then you take care of it, and then gradually so it heal, right? its injuries get healed, and finally see visualize inside a dog or a cat who is fully healthy and jumping here and there with happiness. So when you think like that, so you can add. I just summarize. So you can add certain things by yourself. You can imagine you giving food to it, right? Giving food to it, bathing it, or applying medication on it. You can imagine all those things inside, right? So by that way, try to develop this feeling, and then recognizing that feeling, start sharing it with all the beings from group to group. And make sure to practice this with your family members and friends and relatives and all the people that you meet in your daily life. So bring it out of this cushion. Okay, got it? Right. Please practice that. So today, I promise you that I will teach you about the benefits of loving kindness meditation. Right. So when you practice loving kindness meditation, its benefits. So we can describe them in in two ways. One is the benefits that we can gain according to the Buddha, and the benefits which were proven through scientific researches, right? Scientific researches. So I'm going to describe. I'm going to share details about both those kinds. So please write them down accordingly. First, I'm going to describe you about. I'm going to describe you the benefits, so that you can gain by practicing loving kindness meditation according to the Buddha. So there is one sutta teaching called Mittan Sutta. Mitta means loving kindness. Ansansa means effects, right? So benefits. Metta Ansansa means benefits of loving kindness. Sutta means teaching, right? I know in Jain Pitaka too, Sutta means teaching, right? So then, right. So it begins with this one. First one is Sukhang Supati. Sukhang Supati means that person sleeps well. First benefit is when someone if someone practices loving kindness meditation, that person gains the ability to sleep well. I remember certain people who came here because they cannot sleep. This is the treatment that I gave. They could sleep. Why actually you cannot sleep well? Because during the daytime, if you pile up all kinds of negative thoughts inside, at night when you lay down to rest, all those come out, right? Then you start to react to them, and then the mind doesn't feel well, so you cannot sleep well, right? But when you practice loving kindness, so what are the root causes for all those negativities? First one is craving, second one is aversion, third one is delusion. When you practice loving kindness meditation, they are level, right? It get subsided, it get decreased. So when you go to sleep, it's like during the daytime, they don't, because of that, those negativities don't bother you that much, so you sleep well. Cause and effect. Number two, he awakes. So he awakes. That person gets up with comfort. Right? So that person, the person who practices loving kindness meditation, so wakes up with comfort. That's number two. Sukham paribunja, those days language. Pali. So certain people, when they wake up, they say, oh, they feel like they didn't have very good sleep. Their body is aching. So this area is aching, that area is aching. So they say, complain like that, right? Just such kind of things happen because of the sleeping posture too. So beyond that, there are certain people who don't feel energy after sleeping because they have a lot of mental stress inside. Even though how long they sleep, they don't feel that energy. Why? So the mind is that much. So the mind gives that much trouble to the body and the brain. Right? So, but when someone starts to practice loving kindness, that person gains the ability to wake up well. This is the second benefit. Ability to wake up well. Number three, such kind of person won't see bad dreams. This is number three. Certain people, when they sleep, sometimes they wake up shouting. So they shout. So they wake up shouting to the level to shake the roof of the house. They say sometimes a big black dog jumped to me, so that's why I woke up. Or I was falling down to a big pit, deep pit, so that's why I woke up. Like that, they see bad dreams, right? Why this is happening inside? So because of various kinds of negative emotions inside, right? So whatever you do, so you generate inside the mind at night, they come out as symbols, right? So, have you read? Have you ever read the book of Sigmund Freud about the dreams? So he has never done a supernatural study, but so in that book he describes how the dreams symbolize our day-to-day emotions, right? So there is nothing superstitious in that, right? So if you like, better read. The next one, he is dear to human beings. That person becomes dear to human beings. When someone has loving kindness, whenever you see such kind of people, you feel so solace, right? You feel relaxed, right? So such kind of people, they become dear to the other people, right? So imagine someone smiling at you. So whenever all of you are dumb brothers and sisters, so whenever you meet, now most of you know each other, you smile. Do you like it or not? You love it, right? So this is what is happening. So so such a person person who has loving kindness becomes dear to the human beings. Then at the same time, so such kind of person becomes dear, right, to inhuman beings. Don't be afraid, they won't come to your houses. So, but somehow they will like you, they won't harm you, but they will definitely help you. So I think I told you about one incident which happened in England. So can you remember the the plane crash and how one family saved their life? No. So I read this when I was in Sri Lanka. So it was on Reader's Digest. So I don't remember the names now. So so this incident happened to a family of social workers. This family, this whole family, so they were so much into social works, right? So they were very good social works, father, mother, so and then daughter, son, all four. And one day during holiday season, they wanted to go somewhere. They wanted to travel, right? So next week is Thanksgiving. I don't know whether you have hopes to go for a go somewhere. So somehow, so this family also wanted to go somewhere for a trip, right? So they had to travel with the regional, regional air service. So now they bought the tickets. On the day that they had to go, I'm talking about 90s, right? On the day that they had to go, so somebody came and knocked the front door. Then the son, so the son, ran to the, that's how the kids are, right? He ran to the front door and answered. The person who came to the front door said, tell your dad and mom that the flight which is bound to go today, it's cancelled. So it's cancelled. So please let your parents know. Then uh, so so in the evening they have to go. This message came in the morning. Then the father, then that son, he was so sad. He ran to his father and told everything. Then the father, father also went to the front door, but he didn't see anybody. So finally, they tried to call the airlines, but he couldn't. So he couldn't call. He couldn't contact them. So finally, he thought maybe that's true, because at that time, internet and everything, those things are not that much developed, right? Nowadays you have apps. So whenever the plane is in the sky, and when it is landed at that very time, the time that it landed. In 90s, it was not the case. So finally, they didn't go. In the evening, while they were watching the news, they saw they saw one uh, they saw one major news. The flight which they were to go, that has actually set off on time, and on the way it has crashed, and many people who on the plane, they have passed. The only 4 people who didn't get affected were were the family members of this family. So they inquired the airlines. The airlines said, that office said that they didn't send anybody to their house because it is not their policy, right? So so they didn't know who came to tell them not to go. Things happen like that, right? Then so they become dear to non-human beings too, and then divine beings, they protect you. Divine beings, they protect you. So that's number 6. Number 7, the practitioners who practice loving kindness well, so they cannot be destroyed by poison, weapons, or fire. So such kind of people cannot be harmed by poison, by weapons, or fire. So this is there. And then number 8. So, that meditators mind concentrates fast. When you want to concentrate the mind, it becomes concentrated very fast. That is the next one. And then, so that person's beauty, it develops, especially the beauty of that person's face. Mukhavanno vippasita. Right? When someone practices a loving kindness meditation, that person's beauty of the face specifically grows. Right? So that's why in certain Bantes, you cannot predict the age. Just kidding. So, right. So, then, so number 10, that person passes away, right? That person passes away without being confused, right? That person passes away with a very peaceful mind, very peaceful mind. And then, so I know one Bante, whose name is Bante Renukan Chandamala. He's a very famous monk in Sri Lanka. Up to the last breath, he was conscious. While he was passing, so he could speak, right? So he described his students how the death is happening. So at the beginning, he told his students, see, now my legs, so they are not active. Now my middle body, it is not active. Now, so while he was taking the long breath, he said, "Oh, you have to understand, this is what we call taking the last breath." And then he calmly passed away. Right? So he's a famous monk about loving kindness meditation. So then, if someone develop this loving kindness meditation to the depth, right? To the jhanic levels, I already described the jhanic levels. Such kind of people can be born in Brahma realms, right? So out of these 11 benefits, 10 benefits you are going to experience in this very life, right? So why don't we develop this? Now, according to science, so there are so many scientific experiments about breathing meditation and loving kindness meditation, right? So in scientific experiments, I already told you last week, loving kindness meditation is noted as LKM. LKM. Okay. So these are several benefits that they found. Number 1, emotional well-being. They found, certain scientific experiments found that loving kindness meditation promotes emotional well-being in the practitioners. So they found they found an increasing in positive emotions and decreasing in negative emotions. So now we already know about it by your own experience. And at the same time, they found an increasing in vagal tone. So that increases positive emotion. That means such kind of person, such kind of person's tendency to see negative things, wrong, bad things, it has gone down in such kind of individuals. Instead, So they have developed tendencies to say nice words. Correct? Right. And then at the same time, they have developed so deeper feelings of social connection. Deeper feelings of social connection. So all these things lead to emotional well-being. Emotional well-being. Then number two, healing. So healing means, so you have to understand, so this is not a true nowadays. In hospitals, so they use these meditation techniques to help the patients, but these are not so medical treatments. If you have a sickness, you have to use this while taking medications, right? So it will help your medications, but somehow this is not I mean some kind of a medical dose, right? So somehow they have found so these are these things. So they have found, if someone practice when certain meditators, certain people who had these sicknesses, so who had migraines, chronic pain, PTSD, and psychropenia, spectrum disorders. There are multiple disorders which are related to this one. You are psychology, so you did psychology, right? So then uh, so related to these sicknesses, there are there is a significant decrease in these sicknesses when they gave loving kindness meditation for these patients to practice, right? Yes. Then emotional intelligence in the brain, right? Emotional intelligence in the brain, right? So uh, so they have found out that loving kindness meditation activates empathy and emotional processing in the brain. So empathy and emotional processing in the brain, and at the same time they have found out increasing in gray matter volume, right? Increasing in gray matter volume. It is also connected to empathy, right? Right. Then next next benefit is stress and response. Stress response. So they have found out increasing in respiratory sinus arrhythmia. So and then they have found they have found out how it slow the biological aging. Right? So they have found out how it slow the biological aging. When you have mental distress, such kind of people, so there is a connection of their thinking pattern to the telomeres. So therefore, the people who have mental distress, so they look older than their ages, right? That's how people say. So somehow there is no such kind of a, I mean, exact look that you should see, but somehow because of the telomeres, according to the general people's judgment, they look older. But right, so somehow biological aging slows down, and it makes you a more helpful person. And at the same time, it increases. They have found out that it increases compassion. Or you all of you know about this. So all these findings were done by several famous research groups. So one is Boiling Gauss, so and the research group. And then the other one is Jones and Hutton, another famous research group. So they have done this in 2012. I just gave you a summarization of their findings. And then, it also says that it decreases your bias towards the others. Right? This was found by Ray and Dovido, so research group. So I haven't heard them that much. Not maybe not very famous like Jones and Hutton, but so they have found this, that it decreases your bias towards the others. So they have done this research in 2014. And then self-love. So so they have found out that loving kindness meditation develops self-love, right? When they check a group of meditators, so who meditated loving kindness meditation, they found out that they develop self-love. Do you know self-love, Abdai? Yes. Self-love means, Miss Arena? Yes. So you care for oneself. There are certain people, so they don't care for themselves, right? Right, Mrs. Jin? So there are certain people. So they go with the flow. So they don't care about themselves, right? So there are such kind of people. So, but self-love means your consciousness about your own well-being, taking care of yourself, admiring yourself, right? It is not vanity, but you admire yourself, you care for your physical, mental health and physical health, right? So that's what it is. And then next one is it curbs self-criticism. Self-criticism. What is self-criticism, Mr. Adil? Do you know self-criticism?
Being happy with oneself.
Very nice. Good job, right? So self-criticism means there are certain people who always complain, oh, I can't do this, I am not capable of this, right? So I am not clever, right? Others may be capable to do that, but I cannot do it. Like that they complain. I don't want to ask you whether you have self-criticism or not, but somehow loving kindness meditation helps you to curb that and develop positivity towards yourself. Right, Yuanda? Right. That's important. And then finally, it has two kinds of impacts, basically, according to certain studies. Sipala and Gross, they are very famous research group. They have their study, and Hutcherson, right? And then I saw Koch somewhere. So there are such kind of famous research groups who do these kinds of researches. So they have found out that the impact is twofold. One is short-term impact, and then immediate impact, and the other one is long-term impact. So, for an example, right. Sipal and Gross, they have found out in 2008 that when they gave the 10-minute loving kindness meditation for a group, to practice it for a week, they have found out So how they could develop feelings of social connection, and then most feelings of social connection and positivity towards strangers. So they have found out that. And then uh, so and they have found out so long-term impacts too. So this is not the time to describe everything. I think this is enough. Now you all know loving kindness meditation is very powerful. So according to the Buddha, not only according to Buddha, according to science, so it is a proven, very effective technique. You have to consider yourself lucky to meet this technique. And then, so admiring it, right, and considering it as a precious technique. So you should not keep it in mind. So you should not keep it just in mind. You have to develop it, right? Every morning, please sit, right? So every morning, please sit and practice this meditation technique. So at least 10 minutes. All students, I prefer if you practice it long, right? So then evening too, at least 10 minutes. If you can so invest more time, I really appreciate, right? Every day in the morning and evening, please keep on practicing that. So always make sure that you develop the genuine feeling, right? So when you develop the genuine feeling, I taught you this the signs that you can see inside you. Right? This is not the time to describe. I already described them last week. So you will feel a lot of coolness, right? So a lot of contentment, right? A lot of peace inside. A lot of especially happiness and contentment. So you will feel it inside. So then please work very ardently. Please consider this practice as a very precious one. Work ardently. And always take, whatever development that you gain, take it out of the meditation cushion and share it with everyone. Okay. With that reminder, I'm going to finish. Now everyone please take. Together all of us gathered here and then practice this noble, non-sectarian, pure meditation technique. And by that way, we accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of all this positive energy, please think, may all our difficulties be away. May all the good things happen in your lives. May you be able to practice this noble, non-sectarian meditation technique, coming out of all the negativities, developing all the positivities. May all of us attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. With those thoughts, please join your palms together and concentrate. Abhivadana silise nichang vada pachaino chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvang sukhang balang आयुरारोग्य संपत्ति सग संपत्ति में बचे अतो निब्बान संपत्ति इमेनाते samijjato. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very, very peaceful. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi hotu. Good night to everyone and see you again in the next week. Everyone, please take rest. Take care. All right. Good night, Mr. Fuad.
Good night, Bante. Mom.
Good night.
Thank you so much, Bante.
Good night, Bante.
Good night, Mr. Bas. I know now your name, Mr. Andrew.
Good night, Bante.
Good
Good
night.
night. Good night.